Greetings, everyone. Pete Pardo here from Sea of Tranquility. Welcome to another episode of The Professor's Picks alongside the professor himself, Mr. Ken Golden. What's happening, my friend? Wearing that nice Hawkwind shirt.
Yeah, red. You like that?
Yeah, that's pretty cool. It's a great album.
Yeah. So one of the distributors I work with, they have all this Hawkwind stuff in stock. So
gotta love that.
Hey, you want to get hooked up on a In Search of Space shirt or
there you go.
Masters of the Universe hoodie, I'll get you taken care
of. Okay. I'm always up for some Hawkwind stuff, so I might have to do that.
All right.
Ken and I have matching. I have my white COVID beard this week. Ken's just got his regular COVID beard. So Ken's got, as always, some stuff to show you and talk to you about. I'm going to remain fairly quiet for this episode because I'm still not feeling close to 100% converse-wise. So that's why there was no Friday morning at the Funhouse today, because me being able to talk for an hour straight is just not in the cards quite yet. We'll see how it goes over the weekend. But Ken is more than happy to run this whole one here, so I will.
I'll coax a reaction out of you.
There you go. Okay.
All right.
Get your stuff to the stage here.
I'll start with it. Excuse me. So we're going to start off with, we have two pre-order titles. The new one from Frost, Life in the Wires. There's it's the fifth album from a British band led by Jem Godfrey. And apparently it returns to the style of the debut Milliontown, which is, I guess, in a more progressive vein, has a 15-minute track on it. There is a limited 2 CD version, which I am told is, I believe, a digipack or a digisleeve. Supposedly, I just found out about this a few minutes ago. There's a jewel case version. It's not on the website yet. By the time this airs, hopefully it will be up there. There's a 2LP black vinyl and a 2LP red vinyl. Next thing we got. Oh, yeah. Sorry. Opeth. A lot of people bugging me about The Last Will and Testament. So there's a lot of versions of this thing. We have a CD. Let's see. We have a CD Blu-ray. There's a 2LP black. There's a 2LP gold. And then let's see. And then we have the box set. What's in the box set, Ken? White and dark green Corona vinyl, a CD, Blu-ray, and as you can see, stuff. There's a pen and ink and some other shit. So anyway, it's expensive. It's expensive. Don't complain to me about the price. We got it. All right, now we'll get into the regular inventory. Hope I don't screw anything up. This is the new one from Acid Rooster. They are a German trio. Kind of remind me of Spec. Got a bit of maybe like Guru to them, like early, like UFO and Hinton. Just this is like, as I said, it's like Spec, man. It's like face melting, guitar driven craziness. It's pretty damn good. I like it a lot. Pete, this one is definitely one for you. Next, Elder. I like that cover, even though I screwed up got that little white margin on the side. Elder live at the BBC Maida Vale Studios. The American band transplanted to Germany. It's kind of a prestigious thing to get invited to perform at the BBC. So it's just 3 long tracks of them performing live in the studio. I don't believe there's any audience, and they're, based on what I've heard of it, they're killing it. So,
Ken, are these 3 compositions? Are they previously released songs, or are these new? Okay, all right.
Since I'm not so familiar with the catalog, I researched, but my assumption, based on the length, it's like it's 3 songs. It's a 40-minute album. I assume that they've stretched, they're jamming on this stuff.
Yeah.
So, do you want to know the track? Yeah. Quick.
Love the cover. The cover's great.
The cover's beautiful. I have the vinyl also. We'll get to that. Merged In is 15 and a half minutes. Merge in Dreams, A plus Ultra 1533, Lore 1354, and Thousand Hands 921. So, you know, I guess compare it to you can compare it to studio lengths. I'm assuming these are longer. Man, I got to tell you, I really warmed up to this band.
They're quite good. Yeah.
This is next thing we got Marco Gluman, A Fragile Present. Who's Marco Gluman? I asked. He's the lead singer from Sylvan, and it's his studio album. So German neo prog, I guess. Hawkwind, In Search of Space. So this is the new deluxe 2 CD Blu-ray. It has, I believe, 2 session outtakes, 2 unreleased tracks. Comes with a 68-page book. So you get the original mix, another CD with the new mix from Steven Taylor, and then you get the Blu-ray that has it all in high res. And that's all the.
Is that esoteric?
Esoteric, yeah. I'm about to sneeze. I know. I feel the sneeze coming. Haze, The Water's Edge. Haze been around for quite a while. Sorry.
Right.
And, thank you. And British band, neo prog. God, these guys have been around for, I don't know, over for like 40 years. I mean, they've been around a long time. They don't have a tremendous amount of albums, but and it's good. Their music has a little bit of like a folk influence. So, this is the kind of stuff where like I don't even have to describe this band. They have like a built-in audience. A lot of these bands, people just wait for this stuff and they scoop it up as soon as it comes out. Haze is one of those bands. Jade Warrior, Born on the Solar Wind, new 3 CD box set, comes from Esoteric. It's the first 3 albums that they did for Vertigo. You got Jade Warrior, self-titled. You get Released and Last Autumn's Dream. And they were kind of an interesting band because if you're familiar with the later stuff that they did for Island Records, it was very kind of serene and pastoral and gets kind of into ethnic and stuff. These first 3 albums, they were like, they're like basically like hard rock albums. They were heavy, and if you're predisposed, it's funny because it's kind of like binary because they're so different. A lot of people don't like the early stuff, or vice versa. You know what I mean? So I have customers like they love the stuff that came out.
I first was introduced to this band with all the Island stuff, and then when I finally went back and listened to these early albums, I was like, "Whoa, that's like a different beast altogether."
It is. It's like
it's like Black Sabbath, early Jethro Tull style riffing and Hendrixy guitar soloing, and it's
and
it's
the later
cool.
albums, the later albums are not like that at all. So all right. Next, Carthagen, Land of Chameleons. This is Anthony Kalugin, Ukrainian musician. His stock and trade is symphonic prog, real big, grandiose, epic stuff. This is a limited 2 CD edition, and we go through his stuff in minutes. And, we still. I'm actually, frankly, I'm kind of surprised we still have copies left. For me, it's a little fruity for me, but it's a little sweet. But if you like symphonic prog, this guy's goes all out. Huge list of musicians on here, none of whose names I can pronounce. And okay, Law of 3. You know about the Law of 3, Pete?
No. So
this is a band that features Scott Lade's best friend, Andy Edwards.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Yep. Andy, that's on the way to me. That's right.
Andy tipped me off to this about, I don't know, a couple of months ago. He was telling me about this guitarist, Roy Marchbank.
Yes.
And he was telling me this guy's like insane. I watched videos of Roy Marchbank on YouTube. This guy it's crazy. You've never seen anybody play as fast. I mean, if you like Holdsworth, this is like this like Holdsworth, like it's 78 RPM.
Yeah, kind of like Sean Lane, even sped up a bit. Yeah, it's just, and his fingers barely look like they're moving. He's
Right.
like blur.
Yeah, exactly. And then the bass player is Mark Hartley. So there are, I believe, 10 tracks on the album, and they make a note of saying on the CD that for the first 7 tracks, it's just you're just hearing, like guitar, bass, drum things, but he's playing guitar synthesizer on a lot of it. I think Andy's point was there were no additional musicians, just the 3 guys. But Roy, like, he's playing guitar synthesizer, and I gotta say, I was listening to it, and I'm saying, oh, there's a trumpet player on here, and then I realized that's not a trumpet player, that's Roy. I mean, and it sounds like a trumpet, and just it's very impressive. And there's some like long blazing tracks where he's just like totally going off, and it's crazy. It's pretty crazy stuff.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to hear it. Like I said, my copy's on the way, and Andy did supply me like a digital version of it, but I just haven't had the time to listen to it. But
sure.
But yeah, this guy Roy is he's quite the player.
He's and unknown, like yeah. I want to text Scott McGill. I want to see if Scott knows this guy. So, next. John Lee's Barclay James Harvest. So Barclay James Harvest is like Wishbone Ash. There's like 2 versions of the band. So I have John Lee's Barclay James Harvest, and I guess Les Holroyd has a version. So this is a live recording with the Slathwaite Philharmonic Orchestra. It's a 2 CD, Blu-ray, and DVD, and they're doing the Barclay James Harvest greatest hits kind of a thing, with the band integrated with the orchestra. But that's from Esoteric. Next, we got the new one from German power metal band Orden Ogen, The Order of Fear. Not my thing, but
it's quite good actually.
Yeah, are you a fan in general, or?
I like them. Yeah, they're good. They're good. Yeah, they sent me their. I've got the box set that comes with a special edition box set, which has like a board game and all sorts of stuff. And yeah, but that's I'm sure is the
no
the digipack, right? It's
I just brought in the regular CD. So next, this is pretty cool. This is a Greek band called Aura, Glimmer of Hope, and this is just pure, unadulterated Fates Warning worship. You're into like the Ray Alda era of the band. This sounds just like it. So yeah. You reviewed this.
Yep.
Sunface Cloud Castles. Stoner rock, kind of like has these sort of African tribal rhythms and some Middle Eastern influences. What do you think? You like
very psychedelic. I dig it. It's good. Very solid. Yeah, it's not for those watching. It's we say stoner, but it's not like Sabbathy. It's more kind of along the lines of like an Elder band, like mid-period Elder, but maybe a little bit more like Ken's right. It's got all the percussion and things that are going on. It makes it a little bit different. It's very psychedelic. It's not overly heavy, but it's definitely good. I think my one only complaint about the album is I don't really like the way the vocals are mixed. The vocal tracks, they're very like kind of far away and echoey. You can barely hear them, but the music is very good. It's very good. Great artwork. So definitely worth checking out. I mean, I like it. I think it's good.
Okay. I even stole your YouTube video.
Oh, cool.
So
steal it.
Watch what you said right in the description. Next, Sylvan. So long-running German neo-prog band, very popular. Let's see if I didn't screw up the artwork. I didn't. There's 2 versions. We got we actually lost 3. I have a 2 CD version, and then I have a Blu-ray back to live. It's live recording from Sylvan. And that actually so far this week, that's been the craziest, biggest seller.
Yeah, they've I mean, they seem like they've been around forever, but man, are they like sporadic as far as their releases, right? I mean, it's always really good though. I mean, I've always thought they were a good band.
Yeah. So this is so I actually listened to it yesterday. It's good. Last new release for the week, and we'll get into some restocks. Tonic, This Way. This is actually kind of cool. My friend Tom Hayes tipped me off to this. Tom has a great blog called CD Wishlist. He's been running it for years, and he has a number of blogs. And he tipped me off that this was coming out. This is an album that totally escaped me over the years. It came out in 1980. It is a German prog rock band, definite Genesis influence. One of the guys is not playing flute, he's playing clarinet, but it has kind of the same effect. And there's a little bit of sax here and there. It's got that 70s, 80s, this should have been released on Brain. You hear a little Grobschnitt, maybe a little Novalis, Satin Whale, and definitely Genesis. Long tracks, really good. And I was like, gee, how come I never heard of this album? I maybe, who knows, maybe 40 years ago I flipped past it in the bins. It came out on a tiny label, I think called Peak Records. So anyway, Golden Core Records in Germany, part of ZYX, they unearthed this thing. They've been doing some really obscure reissues, and this is one of them, and this one's really good.
For classic Genesis fans, right?
Yeah. It's got that. It just has that feel. It's hard to describe. Like we did the great show this. Italian bands. We could do a great German show. There's something about those like 70s German bands. They had kind of a flavor of their own, even though they borrow pretty heavily from like English bands. But there's something about them, and like I said, you'll hear things that'll kind of remind you of like Grobschnitt, but not like in that humorous way,
right?
And that kind of thing. So it's very good. And original copy's going for a lot of money. So first time on CD. Okay, I'll just run through the restocks real quick. The Colin Bass and I can't remember Daniel Biro. It's called More, and the big deal about this album, Andy Latimer plays on 6 tracks. So we got that back. We restocked Focus 12. We got back Isobar 4. You got that right?
Yeah, I got it. It's here. Yeah.
Really good. Really good.
I haven't listened to it yet, but yeah.
Ritual sold out immediately. We've got that back. I know you got that one, and I know you liked The Windmill.
Oh, yeah, that's quite good, yeah.
All right, so let me run through the vinyl, and then you could go back to bed. Acid Rooster, we have this. It's called, by the way, it's called Flowers and Dead Soul. We have it on green vinyl. We got in Delving, the Nick DeSalvo side project. It's really good, really, really good. So, we had the CD last week, and now, we have the vinyl now. Excellent. We have the Elder on vinyl. You see, I got it right. I got it here. There's no margin there. This whole StreamYard thing, Google Slides. It's interesting. Play with it. Marco Gluman. We have it on vinyl as well. We have the Hawkwind, Search of Space, the Steven Taylor remix. We have that on vinyl. We got to talk about this. Led Zeppelin, Inner City Blues. This is Volume 1 and Volume 2. They have the same artwork. And I'm only selling this as a bundle. So here's the story. This was a recording from Southampton, 1973. And there's kind of a mythology about this album. It's either an incredible soundboard or a professionally mixed album. And the story is that Jimmy Page wanted this to be to come out as the live album, and he got overruled, and they basically did The Song Remains the Same. So I don't want to get stuck with like a volume 1 and then 2 copies of volume 2. So I'm only selling it as a bundle. So it's 2 double albums. And there is a CD version, which I just discovered after These arrived. So if you're looking for a CD version, I'll bring it in. So.
So it's just vinyl right here.
This version, yeah, and this art. The only difference is it's the same cover art, just as Volume 1, Volume 2.
That's a great live shot right there. Ooh.
Yeah. So and it's really nice. I got them over there, and we just sold. I just sold the set this morning. It's expensive, but you're getting 4 albums. I'm pretty sure it's a complete show. So I think it's almost like 2.5 hours or something like that.
Probably safe to say it's worth bringing in on CD, right?
Yeah, well, yeah. So, like I said, yeah, I think the thing with these gray area booths, whatever you want to call them, the companies, they're all interchangeable. I mean, anybody could put them out at this point, so there's no copyrights on these things. So the CD version, I think, has different art, probably on a different label. Could be the same mastermind, criminal mastermind behind it all. I don't know, but so if this is intriguing, you want the CD, we'll have it in the future. It's still available. But right now, we have this really nice, and they're gatefolds. They're really, really nice.
Wow.
Yeah, see, there's Volume 2. So they're Volume 1, Volume 2. There you go. Sabotage, Japan Live '94, first time on vinyl. So we have it, and all these Sabotage vinyl reissues that Edel has been doing, they go out of print. They don't come back. So I recommend it. The Sylvan, as I mentioned, we have it on vinyl. Tonic, we also have on vinyl. And we got the Windmill in, it's limited Blue Sky vinyl, not Sky Blue, Blue Sky vinyl. And that's what I got this week. There's more coming for next week.
Sounds good. So as always, we'll have this complete list pinned down in the comments below. So go ahead and copy and paste to your heart's delight over at lasercd.com, and we'll be back with more stuff for you next week. So till then, visit us on the web at www.seatranquility.org. We're on Facebook. We're on YouTube all together all the damn time. For Ken Golden, I am Pete Pardo. Enjoy the rest of your weekend, everybody. We've got ranking the albums of The Hunt coming up on Sunday. Grant Arthur and myself. And I think we also have that Steely Dan episode coming up this weekend, too. I'll be with
Is The Hunt a Canadian band?
Yes.
Weren't they called something else before?
Possible. Yeah, it's possible. Cool band. Good stuff. Just a few albums though, but we'll be ranking them. And more to come. And I'm at a loss for words. For Ken Golden, I am Pete Pardo. Thanks for watching, everybody. We'll see you next week here on the Professor's Picks. And happy shopping, everybody. Take care.
You'd feel better.
Thank you. Appreciate it. Take care, everybody.